There it is, the world famous family recipe meatloaf from South Market. Stick around and find out how it's done. Hey, welcome to Coastal Cooking Presents Quick Bites. I'm your host, John Scanlon. We have some very special guests here in the kitchen today. We have Cody and Dan from South Market. Today they're going to be making the world famous family recipe meatloaf. How's it going, guys? Thank you all for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So what do we have? We have the world famous family recipe meatloaf. What makes this world famous? Why is this so special?
Well, it's really special because, it's a family recipe. Holly, our owner, is her aunt's recipe. And it's gluten-free, which makes it a little different than usual. Instead of panko breadcrumbs or something like that, we use oatmeal to bind it all together.
Now, I'm a little, I don't know much about it. What is gluten?
So gluten is a protein found in the wheat grain. Some people are sensitive to it. People with celiac disease in particular. It's really difficult to digest as like a normal person. So if you have that, it makes it almost impossible. So it causes a lot of pain, inflammation, a lot of bad stuff. So we just take that out so everybody can enjoy it.
But this tastes better than regular meatloaf? I mean,
Yeah, it tastes better than regular meatloaf. We have some secret ingredients that we're not prepared to share with you today, but yeah.
Awesome. So you don't have the downside of it with gluten, but it tastes better. I can't wait to see how it's done.
Yeah, it's really cool. The oatmeal actually adds a nice consistency, so I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome.
All right.
So how do we start it?
We start with, to make one loaf, we do 5 pounds of ground chuck hamburger, and then our oatmeal. This is about 2 cups. Then garlic. Everything good has garlic in it.
That's right.
That's about 2 tablespoons.
That is correct, Cody.
It is. Chop up some red onion, give it a little bit of color in there. Secret ingredient. And then salt and pepper, of course. Make sure that goes in. Then, so those are all of our dry ingredients. Our wet ingredients that kind of bind it all together. We have Worcestershire sauce.
Ketchup.
And there's about 2 cups of whole milk. So you want whole milk because of the fat. Gives it a nice consistency. All right, and then mix it up. Easiest way is with your hands and get dirty. You're not cooking unless you make a mess.
Well, that, and you make sure it's consistent all the way through.
Yeah, you want it nice and mixed through.
What's the fun in using a spoon?
Yeah, you don't want to use a spoon.
We cook meatloaf at the house. My kids do it, and they love this part.
Oh yeah, this is the best part. I like doing it at the restaurant too.
So this is pretty much it. I mean, that's...
Yeah, so after this, we're going to add a little bit of ketchup in there. Kind of bring it all together.
Yeah. Putting about...
It's not real meatloaf unless it has ketchup in it.
It's got to have ketchup. Nothing sets off the flavor of some meat like some ketchup.
Yep, well done. You notice I'm like folding it in too. It makes it a little easier. You get a nice even distribution of all the ingredients. So this is kind of my favorite part. Actually make it into the loaf. So instead of using like a pan or something to cook it in, we kind of found out that it gets a little bit better shape.
Free-forming it on a pan.
Yeah.
Sealing it in with some egg wash when we're done with that.
So, and then what Dan did before this, he sprayed it down just like some Pam non-stick spray.
Non-cooked spray.
I like using a pan as well, because you do use a smaller container or a tray, and that grease kind of stays on it.
Kind of sits in, keeps it at the bottom, almost fries the bottom of your meatloaf if you don't get a high-quality hamburger. Like 90-10, yeah.
This almost always works. We started doing this when we heard about it at the house, and they turn out so much better.
Yeah, it's great. Yep. And what the egg does, that'll help hold that shape.
Now, I was wondering with that as well, because I know a lot of recipes, they call for eggs inside as you mix the ingredients. And I guess that's to hold it together. The oatmeal and the milk kind of does that here, or am I kind of...
No, there's still eggs in there. The eggs, the oatmeal, all that sauce, the milk, that all acts together as the binder.
Okay.
set the oven at 350 on a convection oven, 400 if you have a regular oven at home. We usually cook it about 20 minutes covered and then another 15 uncovered, so it gets that nice crisp outside. A little caramelization adds all the flavor to it. But that's pretty much it. Gluten-free meatloaf. Put it in the oven for you right now.
Awesome. Well, we'll put it in the oven and we'll see how it turns out. Man, that's smelling really good. How long do you keep it in the oven for?
Like I said before, we usually do the meatloaf 25 minutes covered and then another 15 uncovered to get a nice crust on it. The timer just went off, so I'm going to pull it out for us.
Man, that is a lot of meatloaf.
That is a lot of meatloaf.
I got 2 teenage boys. I need to start making them that big.
Yeah.
Just for them.
Yeah, that looks incredible.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Good on.
Do another one just for. I'll take a fucking ketchup. Maybe one.
A little extra for you, John.
Excellent.
Then we just finish it with our house-made fancy ketchup. It is different than fancy sauce that you would get at other restaurants. We have an in-house recipe we use.
But for the people at home, they could use ketchup, barbecue.
Barbecue, A1, mushroom sauce, whatever people like to have on their meatloaf. And that's it, sir.
That looks awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure having South Market. Make sure you go and check them out. They're located at 232 East Main Street. And you can also look at their website online at eatsouthmarket.com. If you want this recipe for yourself, go to coastalcooking.com. Again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Watch their other episodes. They did some incredible dishes. Follow along, share this page, like it. It could save you or your friends a night of, I don't care, where do you want to eat at?
This has been Coastal Cooking Quick Bites, brought to you by Pensacola Energy.